Hi guys, today I'm filling my monthly makeup basket for June, but before I get into it, I wanted to mention that coming up here shortly, I will be filming a Q&A video, and I would love it if you guys could leave me some questions in the comments section. You can ask me anything about makeup, YouTube, grad school, our cruise, my personal life, my marriage, anything you guys want, really. Please feel free to ask me in the comments down below. I never really thought you guys would be interested in this, and maybe a good bit of you aren't, but I did have a request recently to do a Q&A about grad school, so I thought I would just open it up to do a Q&A about everything. So I really hope I get at least a couple of questions, or else I'm gonna feel like a real doofus. So I'm gonna be announcing it in my next couple videos. I posted something on Instagram, so I would really love it if you guys could leave me some questions. You can ask me things about panning, like whatever you want, but I just hope I get some questions. I am so excited because this is gonna be the first month where I am using my summer makeup products. I've got some summer makeup on today and I'm absolutely loving it. So before I get into all the details, I will give you the overview of my makeup basket. So here's an overview of my monthly makeup basket. Starting in the top row from left to right, I have my polishes, my complexion products, and my cheek products. Bottom row left to right, I have brow products, eye products, and lip products. Here are the polishes I've chosen for the month. Here are my brow products. As you will hear more about in the video, I kept all of them in here, but I'm not using them all currently. Here are my complexion products. As you can see, quite a few categories are missing, and that's because those things are going to be in an upcoming project pan, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Next is my favorite drawer, where we have all of my cheek products. Here are all of the eye products I have in my drawer. Additionally, I have these two palettes. This is my palette of the month, and this is my custom Z palette with all of the singles I've picked for the summer. And lastly, we have my lip drawer. On the left are my lip care products, and on the right are my lip color products. So starting with nail polishes, I have 3 blues and a coral. You guys know just how much I love my blue polish. So for the coral, I have the Wet n Wild Wild Shine in the shade She Sells. This was a surprise favorite a couple years ago. It's a great color. Then I have 3 different variations of blue. The first is Formula X High Frequency. This is more of a minty turquoise color, which is really pretty, and I love the Formula X polishes. The next one I have is China Glaze Capacity to See Beyond. This was from the Giver collection. I don't have too many China Glaze polishes, but I've really been impressed with the formula of the ones I've tried so far, and this is just such a beautiful bright blue. And the last polish is one I've never used before. It's from the brand Celestial, and it's called Riding the Yuletide. My friend Amanda Alexander sent this to me a while back, and this is such an amazing shade. If it isn't in my favorites, I will mention it in the product updates portion so I can let you know what I think of the formula, but oh my gosh, this color looks so beautiful. So for brows, I still have all the same things in my little drawer, but I've only been using 3 products, and you guys might be like, wow, Heather, that's a lot, but not really if you knew what I was using before. So I started off with the NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil, which gives it a nice sticky base, and then I've been going over top with my MAC Eyeshadow in Omega. It's a really light cool tone color, great for blondes, and I've been using this and only this to fill in my brows. I haven't been using a pencil, and because this is so pigmented and because I have this wax base underneath, it really fills in my brows perfectly. And then I am going over top with the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in Blonde to help my brows look a little bit more natural, and I'm wearing that in my brows today. I've been absolutely loving this combo, so I want to continue doing that at least for the summer, and hopefully I can finish up this brow powder relatively soon, but who knows, it's been taking me a while. I also will be starting a new project pan in about a week, so I am leaving those things out of here so I won't give you any spoilers. So for some categories, I won't be showing you a product, and that is the reason why. So for face primer, I do have one in my project pan, and the other primer I'll be using is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer for my large pores and my forehead wrinkles. This feels like this is almost out, so I might be able to finish this by the end of the month. For foundation, I don't have anything in particular particular picked out, and I'm just going to rediscover my collection and try to equally use all of my foundations. For concealer under my eyes, I am using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like they changed this color and it isn't quite as pale as it used to be. Like, it was very, very, very light on me and I had to mix it in with something else, my last two, but this one seems to work perfectly by itself, and I have more color now than I do in the winter, so it doesn't make sense. I mean, the color is still fine, but I'm just wondering, why does it not look as pale as it used to? Then I have two ColourPop No Filter concealers. I have the shade Light 10, and I am using this on blemishes as well as to just give a little bit more coverage on my cheeks. This is too dark for my skin tone, so I have been mixing in a little dab of the ColourPop concealer in the shade Fair 00, which is the white shade. To set my under eyes, I am using the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I heard someone mention in a video that whenever they use this to set their under eyes, it seems to darken their concealer, and the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that's definitely true. So maybe that's another thing, is combining this with the fair shade, it doesn't end up looking as bright under my eyes as it used to. So I'm not sure if they're both contributing to that or what. And for my face powder, that is something in my project pan, so you'll have to find out what that is soon. So now moving on to cheek products. As with every season, I'll be wearing the same bronzer, contour, and highlighter all summer long, but I will be switching up my blushes every month. For bronzer and contour, I'm going to be using some of my favorite products ever, which makes me so happy. And these are the Milani Matte Baked Bronzers. Unfortunately, these were limited edition, which makes no sense to me why these aren't permanent. And these are two warm tone bronzers. The lighter one is Sunset, which I use as a bronzer, and the deeper one is Sienna, which I use as a contour. Now, I use a warm bronzer to contour and I think it looks beautiful. I'm using it today. It works so well with my summer blushes, and because I have a warm skin tone, I think it looks beautiful. So no matter what people say about like don't use warm bronzers to contour, give it a try because I absolutely love it. These are so pigmented, have such a good formula. If you guys can see, I've used a lot of Sunset. It isn't really domed anymore. Sienna, it is really domed, but these are really pigmented, and this is a deep color on me, but I love them so much, so I'm really excited to use these again. For highlighter, I'll be using the Anastasia and Amrezy highlighter. This is a beautiful white gold shade that actually works for my skin tone, and now that I did get a little bit of color from the beach, it shows up even better, so I'm really excited to use this and finally have a gold highlighter that actually works for my skin tone. And I'm pretty sure that this is already discontinued. I'm not sure if it's still on the Anastasia website, but it is no longer available on Ulta or Sephora, so I'm happy I was able to get it when I did because this is so beautiful. And now for the best part, which is blush. Out of the 4 blushes I have, 3 of them are MAC. MAC blushes are my favorite, especially their limited edition shades. So I will show you the non-MAC blush first. This is the Makeup Geek blush in XOXO. It is a very bright, very pigmented, matte, warm pink, and I love their compact. I think this is so sleek looking, so that will be great to use. And then we have my 3 MAC blushes. The first is Fleet Fast. It's a satin finish. This is from the Hey Sailor collection, and this is what it looks like. It is a really pretty, warm, pinky peach color, and it is the lightest of all the ones I have here, which is why I like wearing this in June, because it is a transition from spring to summer, since summer doesn't technically start until June 21st. The next blush I have is MAC Hypness. It is a frost finish. This is from the Wash and Dry collection, but this was also in the To the Beach collection and the Fafi collection from years and years and years ago. So I'm really happy it was re-promoted when I started getting into MAC, so I was able to get this. And this is a really beautiful warm pink as well. It doesn't have as much peach in it as Fleet Fast does, and this describes itself as a frost, but for me it looks and performs exactly like the satin finishes, so I absolutely love that one. It does not look frosty on the cheeks at all. And the last one is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. It might be my most favorite, and this is a MAC blush from the Mariah Carey collection in the shade Sweet Sweet Fantasy. And there is no finish on the back of this blush, but I can see a little bit of shimmer in the pan, but I don't see the shimmer on my cheek, so I'm thinking that this might be a satin finish blush. The most beautiful burnt corally peach. Moving on to eye products. For primer, of course, I have my Milani eyeshadow primer, and for eyeshadow, all summer long, I'm going to have a palette of the month. I'm going to have 3 ColourPop Super Shock shadows, and I also have a custom Z palette with single shadows that I think would be perfect for summer. So I have so many shadows to work with. It's going to be hard using all of them, but it is a challenge I'm willing to accept. So I will start by showing you my palette of the month. So there will be a review video on this at the very end of June. And this is the Juvia's Place Nubian Original Palette. This was a gift from my friend Jean. This was their first palette. You have 12 neutral warm eyeshadows in this palette. There are 4 mattes. The rest of these are shimmer. I am using all of the matte shades today, actually 3 of the 4 matte shades today, and really enjoying the formula so far. Today really is my first impression of it, so I'm excited to create a bunch of looks with that palette and review it for you all. And then I will show you the 3 ColourPop Super Shocks I have picked out to use. The first one is Animal, which is technically a pressed pigment finish, which all of their neons are. They can't technically sell them as an eyeshadow because of the fact that it can stain your lids. And this is a beautiful neon, warm, orangey coral color, and it has a little bit of gold glitter pieces in here. It's a really, really pretty color. I'm pretty sure I used it in a single shadow of the month last summer, so I'll have to look at that and see how I was able to make this work. It's a cool color, but it is very intense, so let me know if you have any ideas of crease colors you think would pair nicely with this, or maybe if I use this as a crease color, what would look good on the lid. And this was actually from my very first ColourPop order, along with this one, which is Ibiza, and this is a pearlized finish. It is a beautiful bright blue. I absolutely loved using this last summer paired with a orange in the crease. Now it wasn't as neon as this one. I might try that out and see what I think, but I would love to get more use out of these. These are definitely dried out and perform more like powder shadows, but I want to get use out of them because they are still usable. And the last Super Shock is what I'm wearing on my lids today, and this is the shade Kathleen Lights, which is a pearlized finish. The most gorgeous coppery gold ever. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I feel like I'm gonna wear this one a lot, and it would probably pair really nicely with the Nubian palette. So those are my 3 Super Shocks for the month. And then for my custom palette, I actually have a baby Sephora Z palette and a quad. And I could have put all of these in a large Z palette, but I just didn't want to. I like the way that this looks, and I wish I had a medium size Z palette because I think these would fit perfectly in there. So maybe in the future I'll buy one of those, but I don't think I can get it on as good of a sale as I can the Ulta brand large Z palette or the Sephora baby Z palette. So I don't know, maybe in the future, but I'll show you what shadows I've got in here. And I'm gonna have these in my makeup basket all of summer, but I will switch out my palette of the month and switch out my Super Shocks. So starting with the eyeshadows in the quad, these are 4 colored range shadows. These first 2 are more like a Makeup Geek foil. This is like a shimmery satin, and this is a matte. So we have Side of Olives, Malibu, Vintage, and Native. I think these will be absolutely perfect for the summertime. They would work well, like those 3 would work well for fall too. But I have so many shadows that I use in the fall that I decided I wanted to wear some of those fall shades in the summer. So here is my summer baby Z palette. The first row is Anastasia, second row is MAC, and the third row has 1 ColourPop, and these 3 are Makeup Geek. So starting with the Anastasia row, I have Venice, Sunset, Golden Copper, and Brick. For my MAC shadows, I have Woodwinked, Amber Lights, Sumptuous Olive, Soft Brown, and Brown Script. I have ColourPop Board Shorts, and my Makeup Geek shadows are a Foiled in Pegasus, Dragonfly, and Shark Bait. So basically some warm neutrals and some blues. Also for eyes, for a liquid liner, I have the Clinique Pretty Easy liquid lining pen, and for mascara, I have the It Cosmetics Superhero and the Jessie's Girl Dial a Lash. And lastly, we have my lip colors. I have 5 different products picked out to use this month, and I think they should all go well with the different shadows that I've chosen. The first is a Maybelline Intimatte Nude Lipstick in the shade Honey Pink. I recently featured this in my 7 first impressions, and I thought I was was gonna hate it, but I actually like the way that it looked in that video, so I want to test this out a bit more because this is currently in my chopping block, so I want to decide whether I want to keep this or not. Next is what I'm wearing on my lips today. This is a ColourPop Matte Luxe lipstick in the shade Name Drop. I will be reviewing these closer to the end of the month, so I want to get some good use out of these, and I think this is a great color to go with these makeup products. And then my other three are more bright options. This is a MAC Sheen Supreme lipstick in the shade Phosphorescent, which was limited edition, and this is a really bright coral color. Next, I have the MAC Patent Polish Lip Pencil in the shade Fearless, which is a really beautiful, bright, medium blue-based pink. And the last one is the brightest of them all. This is the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Molly, an amazing orchid color. Has been one of my favorites for the past couple years. I've really drifted away from brights, but the three I just showed you today are some of the brights that I'm still absolutely loving, and I'm really excited to use this summer. And again, the fact that I did choose all those warm neutral eyeshadows, I think all of those brights will go with them really nicely without looking like really crazy bright makeup. So here are swatches of all of my lip colors. This is Maybelline Honey Pink ColourPop Name Drop. You can see these are pretty similar, but Honey Pink seems a little bit brighter and more pink. Then we have the MAC Phosphorescent, MAC Fearless, and ColourPop Molly. So guys, that was my monthly makeup basket for June. I would love to know your thoughts on any of these products, and I would love to know what products you plan on using this month. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.